Hey guys, it's Samira here from Hobby Quest, and today we'll be making the pencil case. This is a really fun and easy project to do with the kids. It's a great way to start the school year or just to do all year round. It's useful and they can do it every day at home as well. So, we're going to take our piece of fabric and lay it out on the underside. Now, I'm going to take my template, and this is what it's going to look like when you cut it out. This is going to come in a full-size paper, and then you can cut it out afterwards. So I'm going to lie it down flat, and as you can see, I have a little bit extra. You're going to have a big piece of denim, and this is the piece of denim you're going to be dividing amongst the kids in your class. So you want to measure appropriately how much you're going to need for each kid. So you can see here that this is how much you're going to need for each kid. I'm going to mark lightly with my erasable marker and cut out this piece. Then I'm going to measure it on the rest of my denim and then divide it accordingly for the kids. So I'm going to cut straight down the middle, and if I had a larger piece of fabric, I would have to divide it all up between the kids. I'm going to keep the extra piece of fabric on the side, and this can be used later to add some embellishments. Maybe add a little heart or a star cutout, a circle. So I'm going to lie my template down flat onto the fabric, and usually you can secure the paper onto the fabric with the pearlized pins that are located in your fabric, in your fashion suitcase, in your fabric kits. Now you can also do it by hand if you have a steady hand that can hold it down, and just use the erasable marker to trace on the outside of the template onto the fabric. So as you can see, I'm just lightly tracing it on the underside. Now, the reason that this template has a little triangular part is because this is going to be the flap over the top of the case. I'm going to put my template aside and my marker, take my scissors and cut out the piece of fabric that I have drawn on. So I'm going to just cut on the purple lines that I have drawn onto the fabric on the underside and just continue working with it. This project is great because you can spray paint on it, use some fabric stamps, put some embellishments, glue them, sew them on. You can also have the kids embroider either initials or maybe some wording they'd like to have on it. I'm going to place some of my extra fabric to the side and then cut the bottom part out as well. So, now that I have my fabric cut out, I'm going to keep it on the underside and turn it over so that the underside of the fabric is folded over. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some string and I'm going to measure the thread about arm's length twice because there's a lot of sewing required for this, so I usually tell the kids 1 arm's length, and it's good to start off with that much because when the kids use more string, they can get it tangled, and then that becomes another problem as well. But it's always good to have more thread so that you don't run short in the middle of the project. Because we all know that threading the needle can be the hardest part for the kids. One really good trick to teaching this class is to find a couple kids who have picked up how to thread a needle and just have them help each other. And eventually everyone will get the hang of it. Otherwise you'll be sitting there and trying to thread 16 needles or more through the whole class. I always lick the end to try and get it through. Some people cut the end, which I might try as well. Now I'm going to pull it through so that both ends of the thread are there. Now I'm going to tie a knot. And in our curriculum, we always teach the kids to do uppy downy. So in the same fashion, we're going to go uppy downy with this project. So we're going to go up, and then we're going to go down, then we're going to go up, and continue to going up and down. This will make it very secure, and it doesn't matter if this is not even because you can't see on the underside of the fabric because we'll be turning it to the opposite side and the stitching will be hidden. So this has been measured to fit a standardized pencil, and it can fit pencils or pens or markers that are a little bigger as well. So I'm just going to keep on going up and down with this. Now I'm going to go down, up, down, up, down, up. And now remember, you can always sew on some buttons, sew on some patches, make them out of scraps of fabric that you might have left over. It would even be cool to do this underside of the fabric on the outside of the fabric, sew on a little heart with this kind of color contrast, and just make it fun for the kids. I'm sure they'll have their own ideas as well. You can always refer to our inspiration book if you need any ideas. Stenciling is also very common to use on these projects, especially with the denim. It looks great. So now that I've come to the end of this, I'm going to tie a knot. I always tie a double knot just for extra security. So I'm going to tie 2 knots by just making a round hole with the thread and then pulling the needle through. Now that I've made my double knot, I'm going to cut my needle and thread off, place it on my magnet holder so it doesn't get lost, and turn my pencil case into the correct side. So now you can see the pencil case is on the correct side. And then you fold it over, this is what it will look like. So now we're going to take our pencil case, open it up, lie it flat, and then attach a button. This is so that you can secure that the pencils don't fall out of the top. I'm going to tie a knot to the end of my thread, and then I'm going to attach my button towards the top of the middle of the pencil pouch. So right over here, as you can see. So I'm going to go up from below. This can be hard, so just take some time with the kids to help them out with this and practice it. And then I'm going to go down, and you can do this twice as well. I'm going to do it twice to secure the button extra well. I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'm going to cut my extra thread off. And then I have my button attached. Now I'm going to fold over the flap. And so now you see where the flap is for the button. And I'm just going to make a small cut where the button is. You can make a bigger cut depending on the size of the button, but try not to make it too big. You don't want anything to come out. Then I'm going to put my button through the hole. And there we have it. Here is our pencil case. Make sure to add some fabric stamps, color on it, maybe add glue on some embellishments, or do some spray painting. And just remember to have fun. I hope you have a great class and that you enjoy this project. Have a great quest.